Good afternoon, everybody. Justin Lacey again with an update on my water fast. It is day 11 of my 40-day water-only fast using only water. And I feel pretty good today. You'd think I wouldn't after not eating for 11 days, but I feel pretty good. I wanted to have an amazing talk today. I think this is going to be very beneficial for anyone who is willing to listen. The reasons for fasting. Why do we do it? What's the point? What can it do for me? Well, I picked an interesting spot to talk about this. You see this scraps of metal and wood and piles of excess dirt and rocks and just different shrapnels of different things, different excesses, right? And that's just a smaller one. Then you go over here and it's a little bit, a little bit bigger. Well, why do we fast? People say, well, I fast for weight loss. I fast for healing. Well, if you were to be familiar with some of the teachings of some really experienced doctors who have helped thousands in their clinics and through their studies and through their whole lifelong careers, you would know that fasting pretty much just allows our bodies to rest. And it allows our bodies to have optimal conditions in which to heal. Our bodies do the healing. Our cells do the actions. The fasting doesn't do it. The fasting cleanses and allows us to rest fully, internally, all over, to allow these things to happen. So here we have more stuff, more excesses, more pile-ups of just needless stuff that is not making this land any healthier. So water fasting, we fast because it allows us to rest and cleanse and allow our bodies the optimal conditions in which to get to a balanced state, optimal conditions to heal. Because our body does this. We are naturally born to do this. It's nature. We are meant to be at a balanced state. We're not meant to have dietary excesses and toxemia in the high levels that we do. And some people have small health issues and small weight problems. And some people, like myself a few years ago, I was very sick. And I was very overweight. I was over 500 pounds. Couldn't walk half the time. With lymphedema in my leg. And if you look up lymphedema, you'll see what I mean by how I was sick. It was not pleasant. So these small piles compared to this larger pile of excesses. Is kind of a big difference. But they can both be taken care of the same way. And also imagine this pile with just tons of motor oil poured all over it. Right? Imagine toxic waste poured all over it. It's just excesses on top of this ground. And you'd think 11 days I'd be getting weaker and weaker, but honestly, mentally and spiritually, I feel like I'm just getting stronger and stronger because my body is getting rid of all of these excesses and all of these needless sicknesses and buildups and addictions in my brain and my body. So what do we do? How do we use fasting to get rid of this? Well, every drink of water, every time we cleanse our body with this pure water only, nothing else. It's like a mini bulldozer just going through and scraping off a little bit each time. And every day, it's just a new clean path, right? So think of this land, this ground, as your body. And if you want to become a beautiful, flourishing garden of life and vitality, and get to a balanced state, you can cleanse through fasting. Now, you don't have to heal or lose weight. You absolutely do not have to, but if you want to get there faster and get your body cleansed, if you really need to clean the body and you really need to heal from a horrible disease, well, fasting will allow you to do it in a much quicker way. So if you want to turn this pile of excesses and trash and toxic junk, you can scrape it all away. You don't have to keep accumulating it and wondering, well, why am I depressed? Why am I sick? Why am I overweight? Because since most of us around 2 years old, when we got teeth in our mouths, we did not start off eating whole natural foods like carrots and celery. Not all of us. But some of us started off eating these cookies and candies and soda and high fructose corn syrup filled foods, high salty foods, high fatty foods. So whenever they say, well, I just can't do what you do, eat plants, because I do not like vegetables, so that's not going to work for me. Well, is it possible that maybe your dashboard in your mind, in your body, has been intoxicated through dietary excesses and stimulating addictive foods? So, to put that into perspective, junk foods, cookies, cakes, sodas, fried foods, it's up here, and here's at a human, natural, balanced state, and you have whole plants, fruits, vegetables, potatoes, celery, carrots, greens. Well, these are never going to be as pleasurable as these. Ever. The same way that if there was a person who was riding roller coasters his entire life, is just happy with that. And then he says, well, just walking on the ground, that's not for me. I can't handle that boredom. But being on the natural ground is our natural state of being. The roller coaster is a falsity. The same way that these piles of excesses are created by this falsity of us needing things that we put in our bodies. So what do? Well, if you want to go on a water fast, you drink only pure water in a state of absolute rest. That's all you do. This balances the body. This starts getting the dashboard working again. So instead of saying, I want fried chicken, I'm hungry, I have to find something, let's go find pizza. No, instead, your body naturally says, oh, well, I'm craving a sweet potato for some reason. Well, there's something in that sweet potato that your body needs. You finally are able to listen to your body. And it's the most incredible thing once that switch happens. So how do you turn this into a flourishing garden? How do you create an abundance of life whenever you have a big old pile of nothingness and death, possibly, and toxicness? Well, what you do is you cleanse it out. You scrape it all away. All of this dead grass, all of this dead stuff, and then you can start building. You can start having good soil, good hydration, good nutrients, plenty of sunshine, plenty of positivity. Go out in your garden and smile while you're planting a beautiful plant. It's the same way with your body. This is the secret to water fasting. This is the secret that allowed me to lose over 300 pounds. And it's not about using up fuel necessarily. It's about getting the body to a state of balance. And once you start getting to a state of balance and optimal health through fasting and whole foods nutrition, everything else starts balancing itself out. Body weight. It'll come down inevitably because you're eating foods that allow your body to work, saying, hey, I have an excess of so many 100 pounds. Now I need to know, okay, let's eat potatoes and greens and broccoli. And now we're going to get to a normal weight. It has a way of balancing itself out. It's nature. Start listening to it. Now, if you're going to go the ketogenic route and eat death with animals and something that's not found in nature, like ground up coffee and butter from cow's milk and a jar of coconut oil and a bunch of supplements and vitamins and pills and things of that nature, well, I'm going to say that this is not going to get you to that state. This is going to keep you in that state, and it's not going to be a solution, but a temporary fix. It's not lifelong. Sustainability is the key. And if you want long-term health, you need to go towards nature and not some sort of secondary fuel source like ketones. If you're going to use ketones versus glucose, well, do it. But don't do it in a way that's toxic. Stay in ketosis. Do it. But use your fats from avocados and nuts and seeds. But get your vegetables in. Get your body in a proper working order. Get that dashboard working. So why do we fast? To cleanse. To rest. This allows our bodies to get in a state that is ready for a new lifestyle. The fasting doesn't lose the weight. The fasting doesn't heal the body. The body does this naturally if you allow it to. And that's why we fast. So whenever I say in my water fasting group, don't be having that mindset of just, I need to fast for 30 days to lose 30 pounds. No. You spent 20, 30, who knows how many years accumulating these excesses. In a balanced way, you need to just know that it might take a little bit of time to lose 300 pounds. And guess what? I only did it in 2.5 or so years, give or take. And yeah, it's not easy. But you just have to keep the junk out. Keep everything out. If you just stick with whole plants and water, what nature intended to give us these balances, you're going to be okay. Whatever your issue is. Now there's certain circumstances that are very rare and have to be understood. But for the most part, I hope this talk helps somebody. Because it's changed my life and so many others. And you don't have to fast to do all these things. But I'm going to tell you, it helps jumpstart cleansing and healing and getting your body working in a proper order. So, again, I feel amazing today. Lots of love given from my group, other groups, my friends, my family, people from overseas. Just the most beautiful, it's just the most beautiful journey I can imagine. And on that note, I'm just going to say bye, guys. I hope you guys take care. Embrace this journey. Embrace it. It's so needed. You need to know that you're packing your bags for this list of plateaus and struggles. And that's why I keep saying that. Embrace the journey, guys. Love y'all. Take care. Bye.